Now that we have our zombies spawning, we can go ahead and set up just a basic, just kind of a limiter. And that will be used because we don't have any way to kill the zombies. We don't have any way to actually test or control the flow. And same thing goes with rounds. So we're going to kind of get ourselves set up to just limit the zombie spawning for now. And that will be used and adjusted for later on as based on this little right up here. After doing some research, for the zombie spawning, it seems to be the total number of zombies that can be on the map at one time is 24. Now that would be for a single person, and then it goes by the player count times 6. So if there are 2 people, 24 goes to 30. And if there are 3 people, 24 goes to 36. And that kind of dictates how many zombies can be on the map at once. Now the total number of zombies per round is a multiplier times the max zombies on the map, this here. So the multiplier itself is the round number times 0.15. So for example, if we're on round 13, we do 13 times 0.15, that gives us 1.95. And then we can take that value and we do the multiplier times 10, 10 being the, times 13. Sorry, let me start over. It's going to be 13 times 0.15, giving us 1.95, which is our multiplier. So we take that value, so 1.95, we times it by the amount of zombies that can be on the map, and that gives us our total zombie count value. So for example, let's say we're on round, let's do 13, times it by 0.15, we have 1.95. Let's say there are 2 players, and so 2 players on round 13. So that would be 24 plus 6, so 30. So that would be 1.95, the multiplier, times 30 equals 58.5. So we'll go just 58 zombies. And if we wanted to go up again, we could do, it kind of revolves around this, at least from reading. That's why I have this little example written here that I'm going to keep. So let's go ahead and start limiting our spawning. So in our Nazi zombie game state, let's create some variables. Let's create one called, let's see, uint8. Let's see, round. Let's go to uint16. Because there's always gonna be some people who get like some crazy. See, what is uint range? Oh, 0 to 255. So the uint16. So yeah, I don't see anyone getting crazy. So we're gonna use uint16. Call this one round number. And then we need one for the zombie. Do we do that? No, we'll just leave it as so. So we're going to set it by default. Round number equals 1. Okay, that's just IntelliSense, I think. Yeah, round number undefined. That's IntelliSense. Yeah. Unless I type, screw it. So now we can go back into Nazi Zombie game mode. Let's make a public section for just getters. We're going to return uint16, call it get round number. And we're also going to make a setter function, well, just kind of a function to increment the round number. And we're going to do void increment round number. eventually. There we go. So plus plus round number. All right. So now let's go back to the game mode. We want to go ahead and store our game state. So I'm going to do that up here. So it's going to be class a Nazi zombie game state. Let's call this one zombie game state. So and begin play. We should do get game state. All right, so it is a template. So a Nazi zombie. I have not included the game state. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then we can include, we'll use the template. So a Nazi zombie game state. I'm gonna do zombie game state equals what it returns. All right, let's see here. Identifier A. Triple check that it's all spelled right. And I feel like this is just IntelliSense again. There we go. So we have our game state. We should be able to access all of what we need. So now let's move down here. Make a uint8. Actually, yeah, 16 again. It's going to be zombies. Remaining. And yeah, zombies remaining as our kind of control variable. So zombies remaining equals 0. And we can make a function to calculate the zombies per round. So void calculate zombies or zombie count. And that's going to go based off of the information in the game state. So if zombie game state can do uint 6, was it uint 8 or 16? 16 for round number. Round number equals zombie game state get round number. Then we're not going to really worry about this too much. Do calculation here, but I'm just going to set zombies remaining equals 5. Okay. So let's see what we can do from here. We want to decrement zombies remaining for each one spawn. So what we're going to do is if zombies remaining is greater than 0, we're going to increment it, so, or decrement it for each zombie that spawns. And else we're going to stop the timer. So get world, get timer manager dot pause timer. And what was the timer handle called? The zombie spawn handle. So we're going to pause that timer. And we're going to do the same kind of check here. Actually, no, that'll be fine. Shouldn't really have to worry about it. Now we want one more variable, uint 8. Let's see, what was it called? Here, we can make this one on the game state because we might want to replicate it. So we can have like a little zombies remaining kind of part of the UI if we want. So uint 8 zombies on map and set that equal to 0. Okay, so we have zombies remaining. That is currently being set and begin play. That calculate. We got to call you. So let's see. Right after begin play, let's call calculate zombie count. And this is what we're going to call at the start of the round. So we call calculate zombie count, set zombies remaining to 5. The timer starts. And we should be spawning 5 zombies. So let's give this a quick little test. And hopefully we will be good to go. All right, give this a try. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got 5. So we are spawning the amount of zombies that we want. So that means we are good to go. So now that we have the base set up, we can expand on this and actually start working on some sort of round system, or we might work on the zones first, because currently, what's it called? We don't have any sort of zone system. So for instance, let's say there's a door that, so this whole section right here where my mouse is blocked off, and this is the door that opens it. Well, if we had a zombie spawner in here, zombies would be spawning on the other side of the door, and we wouldn't have access to them. So we're gonna have to create some sort of zone system to dictate, okay, when this door opens, we now have access to the zombies in this zone. So I think we're gonna end up doing that next, which is gonna mean we have to create a basic door system. And from there, we can work on the zoning system to control the zombie spawn. So zombies spawning by default in zone 1, the door opens, they can now spawn in zone 2. So I think that's going to be next. So I will see you then.